Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're doing a complete structural teardown of a seriously fascinating source document. We're looking at a massive 27-point AI blueprint for a futuristic cybersecurity course, literally titled the Cybersecurity Masterclass 2026. If you've ever wondered how complex, top-tier educational curriculums are actually engineered behind the scenes, well, this is a prime example. We are going to deconstruct exactly what goes into building a cutting-edge, comprehensive learning module. Okay, let's dive right into this. We've got 5 thematic pillars to cover today. First, the ultimate instructor persona. Second, structuring the core lesson. Third, bridging theory and practice. Fourth, the real-world career matrix. And finally, number 5, assessment and future scope. Section 1, the ultimate instructor persona, the ultimate teacher. Right out of the gate, what is absolutely wild about this blueprint is the incredibly specific, multidisciplinary expertise it demands from our theoretical instructor. I mean, we aren't just talking about your standard teacher here. Check out this prompt straight from the source. You are a senior cybersecurity engineer, ethical hacker, SOC analyst, penetration tester, digital forensics expert, cloud security architect, malware analyst, and instructor with over 20 years of experience. Wow. The sheer depth of that 20-year experience requirement completely anchors the authority of the lesson. It's literally asking an AI to synthesize 2 decades of top-tier, multi-domain expertise into a single, cohesive voice. Now, let's look at the overall 30-day scope of this Cybersecurity Masterclass 2026. It's designed to take a student from a complete beginner at point 1 all the way to a freelance professional by point 4. But for this explainer, we're going to zoom in right on the middle of that journey. We're looking at week 3, which focuses on penetration testing, and more specifically, we are zeroing in on day 19, password cracking. But here is the real kicker. All of this expertise, all of these complex topics, and all the requirements we're about to unpack, they all have to be condensed into a single professional script lasting only 30 to 60 minutes. Packing a masterclass-level education into the length of a single TV episode, that requires some unbelievable structural efficiency.
Section 2, structuring the core lesson, pedagogy and constraints.
So let's look at how the foundational pedagogy of this password cracking lesson is actually built to handle that kind of intense compression. The blueprint issues this massive dual audience mandate. On one hand, the instructor has to explain everything in very simple English, so a complete beginner can keep up. But on the other hand, it has to be detailed enough to serve a professional audience. Bridging that gap, using simple language for novices without insulting anyone's intelligence, while hitting the technical depth seasoned pros need, that is hands down one of the toughest challenges in instructional design. To pull off that balancing act, the lesson design relies on a rigid structure of introduction, instruction, and aids. Under introduction, the script requires a professional intro and that absolutely crucial why this topic matters. Then, instruction mandates complete theory alongside visual explanations. Got to keep the learner engaged, right? And for aids, the prompt specifically asks for text format diagrams and references. It's basically a comprehensive checklist to make sure the lesson delivers a rock-solid theoretical foundation before doing anything else. Section 3, bridging theory and practice, hands-on application. Now, the blueprint demands way more than just theoretical knowledge on a whiteboard. It requires immediate hands-on application. Because let's face it, you don't just learn about password cracking by reading about it, you actually have to do it. The course outlines a really clear, safe progression for this. Step 1, real-world examples to ground the concept. Step 2, a practical demonstration by the instructor. And Step 3, a live lab for the student. It's that classic see it, watch it, do it model, perfectly transitioning the student from a passive listener to an active participant. And this brilliantly illustrates how the blueprint bridges the gap between raw hacking skills and actual professional security execution. It demands the inclusion of industry best practices, common mistakes, security tips, and a professional workflow. It's not just teaching you which keys to press to crack a password. It's teaching you how an ethical hacker operates out there in a corporate environment, keeping things legal, documented, and highly secure. Section 4, real-world career matrix, market readiness. Shifting our focus over to employability, I love how this masterclass enthusiastically prioritizes the business side of cybersecurity. It moves way beyond just technical know-how. The script actually has to include a freelancer perspective, client project examples, salary information, a career roadmap, and even specific interview questions. It's essentially a career in a box. The lesson isn't just about the mechanics of day 19. It's heavily focused on how the skills you learn on day 19 are going to get you hired and help you earn a living.
And to truly validate that professional tier, the curriculum has to align with industry standard benchmarks. The prompt demands certification knowledge for a veritable alphabet soup of top-tier credentials: CEH, Security Plus, TNPT, OSCP, and CISSP. By tying the password cracking module directly to the requirements of these globally recognized certifications, the AI Blueprint guarantees the lesson's immediate, tangible, real-world value.
Section 5. Future Scope, Assessment and Validation. This final pillar is all about validating the learning that just happened and keeping the curriculum cutting edge. The crucial point here is making sure the student actually retains these day 19 concepts. And to guarantee that, the blueprint enforces a heavy assessment workload. Under evaluation, it demands a full summary and a 20-question quiz. Under assignments, the student gets hit with homework, a mini project, and a full project. For a single 30 to 60-minute module, that is an astonishing amount of homework. But honestly, it's exactly what's required to ensure active recall and deep practical integration. But the lesson doesn't just stop at the present day. The blueprint explicitly future-proofs the masterclass by demanding the inclusion of AI tools related to password cracking, an overview of the latest cyber attacks, and the overall future scope of the field. It totally acknowledges that cybersecurity is a rapidly evolving battlefield. Let's be real. If you aren't learning about how AI is currently being used to break and defend passwords, your knowledge is already obsolete before you even finish the course. Which brings us to this staggering number, 27. There are exactly 27 distinct, exhaustive requirements packed into this single, highly condensed blueprint. From professional workflows and salary data all the way to live labs and 20-question quizzes, the density of information requested for just one 30 to 60-minute module is just incredible. It truly represents the anatomy of a comprehensive educational structure. So as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a provocative thought. Based on this massive 27-point blueprint, what will the ultimate educational masterclass of 2026 actually look like? If AI can instantly generate a curriculum structure this dense, this professional, and this comprehensive, how are human educators going to adapt? And what incredible new heights will focused learners be able to reach? It is a thrilling prospect for the future of education for sure. Thank you so much for joining me to deconstruct this highly detailed source material, and as always, keep learning.